Baby, and a racing milestone on National Car Rental Racehorse Digest. Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. Welcome to the Racehorse Digest, where this week the three-year-old debut of this year's early Kentucky Derby favorite, the return to the winner's circle of one of last year's three-year-old stars, and we'll have a racing milestone to show you. But first, let's begin with this week's feature race from our National Car Rental Racing to the Kentucky Derby Series. This past Saturday, the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes, three-year-olds going 7/8 of a mile for $150,000. Only three in the field. We'll take a look with the final odds presented by Las Vegas. Exploit, the 3-5 favorite with Hall of Fame jockey Chris McCarron. Exploit will be, of course, carrying the colors of Bob and Beverly Lewis, trained by Bob Baffert. Yes, it's true from Dwayne Lucas's big stable. He's 8-5. Hall of Famer Gary Stevens rides for Satish Sanand's Padua stable. And on the outside, Aristotle at 7-2. Alex Solis, the jockey, Randy Bradshaw, the trainer, at this colt on the grass, decided to triumph on the dirt. Well, now from our ESPN telecast, here's Trevor Denman, call of our feature race.
Now, where they go? Three came out as one. Yes, it's true, in the center is very fast. On the inside, Exploit is going with him, though. Yes, it's true, now going to get a 3/4 of a length lead, but Exploit definitely does not want to let him get away. He's clinging to him in the second spot. And Aristotle content to drop in behind the other pair. Past the 5/8 they go, and Gary Stevens, and yes, it's true. They're not actually flying out here. He's going nice and comfortable on the lead. Exploit on the inside of him, just a half a length back. And then there's another length to Aristotle, who's on a hold in the third spot. All riders appear happy with their position. No change as they run past the half-mile pole in the San Vicente. Now Chris McCarron moving Exploit through on the inside of Yes, It's True. And Exploit now puts his head in front with 3/8 to go. Yes, It's True still right there, and it's 2.5 back to Aristotle in the third spot. They running to the quarter pole, and Exploit at the rail, and Yes, It's True. They now stride for stride. Yes, It's True's not done. He's coming right back at Exploit, and Aristotle's running another tough one. He's in contention. The three of them line up at the top of the stretch. Exploit at the rail. Yes, It's True between them, and Aristotle in the white blankers. Aristotle, the long shot, has tackled Exploit with a 16th to go, but Exploit pulls on all his glass at the rail. Exploit and Aristotle gonna hit the wire together. Exploit and Chris McCarron have won it by a neck. Aristotle a very game second. Yes, It's True tired to finish third.
Exploit holds off Aristotle to win by a neck and keep his perfect record intact through 5 races. Considered now the early Kentucky Derby favorite, this 3-year-old son of Stormcat out of the mare My Turbulent Miss is owned by Bob and Beverly Lewis and was purchased originally at Keeneland as a weanling for $525,000. The Lewises then brought back this colt at a later sale when he failed to meet the $1.5 million reserve. Exploit, trained by Bob Baffert, ridden by Chris McCarron. Let's pick up some of their post-race comments.
Well, it was going to be a rider's race. Indeed, it was. Chris, a masterful job getting this good race out of this colt. He had to be getting a little tired at the end, though.
He got a trifle tired. Not too bad, though. He finished well, and obviously finished well enough to get the job done. He felt a little tired coming home, so it's probably just enough to tighten the screws down a little bit on him, and he'll be ready for the next one.
All right, well, here you are now. He's on the inside. You were inside all the way. Yes, It's True, breathing down your neck on the outside. You look like you had the most horse. Gary's working on Yes, It's True. Did you know you were pretty safe here?
I felt like I had more horse all the way down the backstretch than Gary had. I could have taken back off of Gary, but if I did, Alex would have sent his horse up on the outside of Gary. Then I would have been down in behind the two of them, and I didn't want to take a chance.
And I am here with the winning trainer, Bob Baffert. Did you get what you wanted today?
Yes, I wanted to get a nice, hard race, because anytime they run 7/8, it's hard on them. So, but at least he didn't have to go too fast, or that's what I was afraid of, and they didn't get in the speed duel there. So, but if you watch his ears, that's how he tells you how much horse he has. This horse, when those ears come forward at the end there, I was sort of relaxed, but I was a little worried there about the 8th pole.
Oh, Aristotle put a scare in you, didn't he?
My training wore out right about then. The rest is all horse.
Here's our first look this year at the Visa Championship point standings for 3-year-olds with Texas Glitter on top in the very early standings. Coming up, the first of our 2-race recaps featuring Saturday's Strube Stakes at Santa Anita when we return. National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. The American Quarter Horse Association, serving the American quarter horse racing industry and America's horse. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Work, piling up.
Let's go.
That's the perfect time to declare a national holiday.
Let's go!
National Car Rental's declaring every day a national holiday.
Let's go!
With our great holiday rates, you can escape to the slopes.
Let's go!
Or the golf greens. Or the tropical beaches.
Let's go!
So call National Car Rental now
Let's go!
and declare your own national holiday. What are you waiting for? Let's go!
Brookside Farms for Sales, Kentucky has the stallion power for the new millennium. Champion Theatrical, leading turf sire of 1998, has sired more than 40 stakes winners and 16 Grade 1 winners with earnings over $33 million. Jade Hunter with sons and daughters that have earned over $14 million, including current turf star Yodley. And Theatrical son Cherry, who was a Grade 1 winner on both dirt and turf. Brookside Farms stallions for the new millennium. Theatrical, Jade Hunter and Cherry.
Some guys are born romantics.
He's looking at you, kid.
But for the rest of us, there's Kay Jewelers.
Kay's quarter-carat diamond tennis bracelet or heart pendant, just $99.95 each.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Kay Jewelers for a legendary romance like yours.
We always say kids start using drugs because of peer pressure.
Maybe we should start thinking about parent pressure. Talk to your kids.
Let them know how you feel.
Talk.
Listen.
Stay involved.
That's one race that I wish I could run over one more time.
The legendary Daytona 500 has broken a lot of hearts.
I was way out front in 1981, and that thing ran out of gas.
In 74, I blew a tire with 12 laps to go.
But the biggest Daytona heartbreak of all would be trying to get into this year's 500 using an American Express card. So if you want to enjoy the heart-pounding excitement of Daytona, bring your Visa card. It's everywhere you want to be.
My girlfriend let me here at Daytona. I sure miss that car.
There is a new money leader among the thoroughbreds early in 1999. It's event of the year. Number one, $363,600, just ahead of Puerto Madero. Manistake, the big mare, over $200,000. Dixie.com at $190,000 plus. And the tough old Free House at $180,000. Well, event of the year jumped to number one in the standings because of a big win this past week in the setting Santa Anita on Saturday for the Grade 2, $500,000 Stoop Stakes for 4-year-olds. They're going 1 1/8 miles on the main track. As they leave the gate, the favorite was event of the year, one of last year's top Kentucky Derby favorites early in the going. He's in the burgundy and gold, the Golden Eagle Farm colors, worn by jockey Corey Nakatani, taking the lead.
Event of the year hits the front. Dr. Fong and Quaker coming to tackle him. Hanneman Highways making up ground from far back. Heads a turn for home in the Stroop. Event of the year, but Dr. Fong is coming to take him on down at the rail. These two now come clear to dispute it. Event of the year digs deep. He finds more. Dr. Fong again second, but event of the year is clear with a 16th of a mile to go. And it's going to be event of the year, the son of Seattle Slough, to win the Stroop.
Event of the year. The winner of last year's Jim Beam Stakes takes home the $300,000 first place check for owners John and Betty Maby's Golden Eagle Farm. The 4-year-old son of Seattle Slough is trained by Richard Mandela. The event of the year has never been off the board in 7 lifetime starts, 5 of them being victories. The colt's scheduled to run next in the Santa Anita Handicap on March 6th. And look at jockey Corey Nakatani with his new blonde look. Sunday at Santa Anita, the fans came out to watch the return of last year's $1 million Pacific Classic winner, Free House. He was the pick in the Grade 2 San Antonio for those 4 and up, going 1 1/8 miles. You won't be able to miss him. He's the big gray on the rail and on the lead.
1/4 mile to go. These three are locked together up front. Free House is finding more at the rail. Malik between them, and Dramatic Gold tries to hang tough on the outside. Homeward bound, and Free House and Malik still head and head through the lane. Dramatic Gold a 1/2 length back third. Malik and Free House putting on a great horse race this afternoon. Free House and Malik. Free House gonna get there. Free House a neck to Malik. Dramatic Gold was third, and Lord Griot was fourth.
Free House and jockey Chris McCarron get to the finish line first ahead of Malik. Free House earning $180,000 for his efforts and increases his career earnings to more than $2.4 million. Owners Ann Breeders, John Toffin, and Trudy McCaffrey. Free House is trained by Paco Gonzalez, who broke his collarbone last week after being thrown from a horse in a morning workout. Free House will be going head-to-head next with the Stroop winner event of the year in the Santa Anita Handicap March 6th.
Also on Sunday at Santa Anita, the $200,000 La Cañada Stakes for 4-year-old fillies. It's a Grade 2 race, the distance a mile and 1/8. The big favorite, the big girl, 17-hand Manastique. Number 4 here with Gary Stevens wearing the white and blue silks.
A 1/4 mile to go. Magical Allure and Manastique. Gourmet Girl, another tough run, and Tranquility Lake still in with a shot in 4th. Heads a turn for home. Magical Allure. Manastique up alongside Tranquility Lake, plugging away 3rd. Now it's Manastique on the outside of Magical Allure. These two pass the 16th pole together. Manastique doing slightly better than Magical Allure, and it's going to be Manastique to take the La Cañada. Manastique beats Magical Allure.
That's 3 in a row for Manastique. The dark brown filly has won 6 of her 7 lifetime starts, the other being a 3rd place finish. That was last August in New York at Saratoga in the Alabama. Manastique, a daughter of the champion Unbridled, is owned by Marshall Napie's 505 Farms, trained by John Sheriffs. She'll be pointed next to the Santa Margarita on March 7th. Winner Bob Baffert's Magical Allure was in for 2nd, but there's no other room in the winner's circle except for this big filly, Manastique.
The story behind the story of this champion 1/4 horse mare, Cool Q Baby, when we come back with 1/4 horse racing on the Digest.
Builder Howard McLean creates custom homes with the skills and the pride he learned at Triangle Tech.
I'm very proud of what I do. I own my own business, and I am a Triangle Tech graduate, and I hire Triangle Tech graduates. What I learned from Triangle Tech enabled me to start my own business and get where I am today. I would recommend Triangle Tech to anyone who's looking to get into the carpentry field.
Triangle Tech graduates are hired to do important jobs because when it comes to carpentry and construction, no one trains you like Triangle Tech.
Why settle for a little of something you love when you can have a lot more? With TCI Digital Cable, you get more non-stop sports news, interviews, and feature stories on ESPN News. Plus more of the world's greatest moments in sports on ESPN Classic Sports. And best of all, you get it right through the cable you already have. Order TCI Digital Cable today and start getting more of what you want.
Game, you can work up a pretty good appetite. How you doing? One dog. One mustard, please. Thanks, Matt. You bet.
Hey, can we get some fries in the penalty box?
Here's a reminder about our times together next week on the Racehorse Digest. Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern, our first play, followed by replays on Thursday and Saturday. We'll announce our Thoroughbred Trainer of the Month. Jeff Metters will be in this chair. We'll be at the Eclipse Awards getting ready for that special for you. Well, legends are often embellished in the retelling, and 1/4 horse racing stories are certainly no different. Now, it's widely known the champion-aged mare, Cool Q Baby, is a product of one of the greatest trades in all of sports. But just what was traded and who did the deal have been the subject of varying reports. Here's our attempt to clear it up once and for all.
The historic swap, which took place before Cool Q Baby's racing career began, has been attributed to both current owner Ramiro Lopez and to his former partner, Manuel Garcia. Cool Q Baby's trainer Casey Carden sets the record straight.
It was Mr. Lopez and Manuel. They both made the trade together as partners.
But getting the real story on just what was traded was a little more complicated, even for the trainer.
Well, it was pretty difficult because one day they would say it was 1 dog, 2 chickens, and a pig. And the next door you hear it was 1 dog, a cow, and a dog. And I was like, okay, let's start from the beginning. And I started writing it down. I said, let me write it down. And I talked to Mr. Manuel first. Said, okay, now explain yourself and tell me exactly what happened. He said it was 1 dog, 2 pigs, and 2 calves. I said, okay, thank you. And I talked to Mr. Lopez, and at that time he said the same thing. He said it was a dog, 2 pigs, and 2 calves. So it's the dog, 2 pigs, and 2 calves, but I read stories that said it was a dog, 2 chickens, 1 calf. So it's been changed quite often. But the straight story is a dog, 2 pigs, 2 calves.
Was she worth it? Well, Cool Q Baby has earned over $650,000 in her career and has won the MBNA American Challenge Championship twice. She also owns the all-time EQHA record for career stakes victories with 23. No word on the past performances for the other side of the deal. Toward the end of last year, there developed a couple of definite trends to the finish of major quarter horse distance stakes. One was the late charge. Watch number 3, Winville, come from absolutely nowhere to win the Governor's Cup Marathon at Sam Houston Park. This huge rally helped Winville grab the champion distance title. Then there's the blanket finish, as exhibited by the 40-1 long shot, Two-Step and Alibi. Watch the approach the wire here. He'll get up to win the Grade 1 Marathon at Los Alamitos on the outside, beating the best 870-yard specialists in the West. Well, the trend continues in 1999. Take a look at the finish now. The Juarez Handicap at Sunland Park last weekend. That's Dashin' Sunset on the rail, and DRH Special Velour is outside. They appear to have the race in hand. But from nowhere will come number 2, Rockin' Raz, to outfinish both pace setters and hold off the equally impressive charge of third-place finisher Night Vice. Rockin' Raz is now 2 for 2 this year for owner Gus Wagner and trainer Jimmy Claridge. This style employed by jockey Miguel Fuentes gave those who made Rockin' Raz the 8-5 favorite plenty to worry about. But in the end, the 6-year-old gelding continued the trend, getting up by a nose.
The American Quarter Horse Association has a toll-free number for you to call for more information on quarter horse racing. That's 1-800-414-RIDE. And when we return, more thoroughbred racing, record-breaking performances from Gulfstream Park in South Florida. That's next on National Car Rental Racehorse Digest.
Vacation travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're going to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland. Because as the official car rental company of the Magic Kingdom, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. For a family vacation you'll never forget. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland with National Car Rental.
Turn on to the tradition, come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. And all that jazz.
If you can do this, you can make wood beautiful with Minwax. And if you can do this, you can give wood lasting protection. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
Children underestimate the power of drugs.
Talk to them about the consequences.
Give them the information they need to make the smart choice to stay drug-free. Talk. Listen.
Stay involved.
Why is quarter horse racing different? It's more exciting at the start, faster in the middle, closer at the finish, and it's easier to learn. With a variety of publications, videos, and seminars, there's helpful information available for newcomers and experts alike. So dig in, hang on, let the dirt fly, and let AQHA help. Call 1-800-414-RIDE.
Take a look at the top 5 money-earning trainers so far this year. Dick Mandela with the first-place check in the Stroob has gone to number 1 at $1.2 million. The only other trainer in the nation whose stables earned more than $1 million so far this year, Bob Baffert. Then Jerry Hollendorf of Northern California, Bobby Frankel, and Todd Pletcher round out the top 5. Let's start our second thoroughbred race recap in South Florida. Saturday's Grade 1 Gulfstream Park Breeders' Cup Handicap. First $200,000. It's a 1 3/8 test on the turf as they leave the starting gate. The horse to watch is Yogli. It's in the Alan Paulson red, white, and blue silk colors. Jerry Bailey is riding. He's currently in mid-pack. Jerry Bailey with the blue cap on. Here's Yogli.
It's still Rice in front, and Virgins now moves to confront him as they race midway around the far turn. Yagli splits horses. Wild Event to his outside, now running in fourth. Coretta shuffled back to fifth, and Unites Big Red. The field turning for home. It is still Rice, Virgins, Wild Event on the outside. Yagli's in behind them looking for a seam. Coretta bottled up at the inside. Unites Big Red. It's wide open here with the furlong to go. The rail opens up for Yagli. Here comes Yagli. Here comes Wild Event. Wild Event and Yagli. Yagli's got a short lead. Wild Event came as they come. Yagli driving to the wire, and Yagli will not be denied. He wins it by a half length over Wild Event. By the back, Unites Big Red was third.
The Alan Paulson-owned Yardley sets a new course record time, 2:10.3 with a mile and 3/8. The 4-year-old homebred by Jade Hunter has been second in his last 3 starts, including the Breeders' Cup Turf. This time, jockey Jerry Bailey made sure he'd get to the wire first for the $120,000 first prize. The 6-year-old, trained by Hall of Famer Bill Mott, Yardley's now boosted his career earnings to over $1.1 million. Take you back to last Wednesday at Gulfstream Park for the running of the Grade 3 Shirley Jones Handicap, a $100,000 stake for fillies and mares 3 and up, distance 7/8 of a mile. The front runner, Harpea, the favorite, led from the beginning of this race and continues to roll down the lane. She'll end up 2 1/4 lengths in front of the second-place finisher, Scott Zanza. Harpea, the French-bred, won all 4 of her stateside starts last spring by a combined margin of 24 lengths. Laid off since April, Harpea comes back big here, earning her first graded stakes victory for trainer John Kemmel. Harpea is owned by Juddmonte Farm, ridden to victory by Richard Migliori. The mare, now 5 for 7, will return in the Rampart Handicap February 28th at Gulfstream. This past Sunday at Gulfstream, it was the Grade 3 Very 1 Handicap, fillies and mares 3 and up, a race for the mile and 3/8 distance on the turf. Jockey Jerry Bailey back on the favorite Delilah, number 3 on the outside in the green and gold silks.
Varinha now up to take the lead. It's Varinha in front as the field moves into the far turn. Tarashana tries to counter. She's now second, just a half length behind. On the outside, Delilah put to a drive third. Starry Dreamer moves into contention on the outside fourth. Street Lena right there in the thick of it in between horses, running in fifth, followed by Eve Creek, and the field turns for home. Starry Dreamer with a 5-wide sweep on the outside. Varinha's right there in between horses. Delilah and Street Lena. Then toward the inside, Tarashana, who's in tight on the far outside. Here comes Just Enough Heart, and she's closing fast. Delilah comes away with the lead. Just Enough Heart, a final surge coming down to the line. Here's the finish. Delilah won it by a length.
What a weekend for jockey Jerry Bailey, collecting another stakes victory, and does it in another record time. This one a stakes mark, 2:02.1. Delilah, an Irish import, purchased at the Keeneland sales last November for $550,000. The graded stakes winner in Europe for trainer Michael Stout. Delilah is now trained by Christopher Clement. The next start for the mare may be the Grade 2 Orchid at Gulfstream. To New Orleans now, the old fairgrounds for the $150,000 Fairgrounds Breeders' Cup Handicap. Thoroughbreds 3 and up, distance a mile and 1/8 on the turf. Coming up on the lead now and on the rail is trainer Niall O'Callaghan's Aboriginal Apex. With the call, Tony Bentley.
And in the straight, Stay Sound Aboriginal Apex on the inside. Denier Croisé is next. Chorwan rallies down the middle of the course. It may be too late, though. Inside the 8th pole, Aboriginal Apex is trying to hang on. Denier Croisé is next. Chorwan on the outside. And Stay Sound. It is Aboriginal Apex and Chorwan.
Aboriginal Apex leading gate to wire here under jockey Larry Melanson. The 6-year-old gelding by Trap Mountain is owned by Gary Knapp. Trainer Niall O'Callaghan, taking nothing to chance here, invited his Irish nun friends to the race. He's 3 for 3 when the good Catholic sisters show up. Buff, the favorite, finished 6th in the winner's circle. Larry Melanson along with Brian Krantz and trainer Niall O'Callaghan. Well, from New Orleans, we'll head north to Aqueduct, the Grade 3 $75,000 Stymie Handicap, a mile and 1/8 for 3-year-olds and up. The favorite, Mr. Sinatra. He's number 4 in the blue silks, currently 3rd on the inside as we go to Aqueduct.
Fire King, wouldn't we all? Heads apart, midway around the turn. 3/4 went in 1:11.3, and Fire King has now taken the lead. Wouldn't we all? On the inside is running in second. It's 3 lengths. Back to Chronicle S. And on the outside is Galloping Gale, who's kicking in. At the 8th pole, Fire King short lead. Galloping Gale on the outside. Chronicle S at the rail. A late move here from Brushing Up, who was far back early. Brushing Up now surges to the lead. Fire King is second. Brushing Up wins the Stymie Handicap in an upset. Fire King second.
The 16-1 long shot, Brushing Up, comes from last to first to win the Stymie Handicap. Half of Brushing Up's victories and 50% of his career earnings have been won in New York at the Big A. Son of Broad Brush is trained and owned by Victor Simone. Gelding is ridden by Sean Brinkmahon. Brushing Up will start next in the Grey Lag Handicap on March 6th, a race he captured last year. The favorite, Mr. Sinatra, finished in 6th place. We'll be right back to show you a racing milestone for Hall of Fame jockey Eddie Delahousse.
tradition. Come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. And all that jazz.
When sports cream, when legs are sore, when backs ache, when muscles hurt. Wise Sports Cream, rubbing it in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell. Wise Sports Cream, because it works.
Now through Valentine's Day, you can get the Zales Valentine Keepsake Box filled with chocolate hearts, a diamond heart, and your heart. All just $99 at Zales stores nationwide or shop online at Zales.com.
National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. And by Alan and Madeline Paulson's Brookside Farm. In our Brookside News Thoroughbred update, we've spent the last week on the jockey Eddie Delahousse watch. The 47-year-old Hall of Fame rider has been trying to become just the 14th rider in the history of North American racing to win 6,000 races. But finally came on Sunday afternoon at Santa Anita, with Eddie D riding Sweet Cakes and Shakes in the third race. And Eddie D, 1 win away from 6,000.
An eighth of a mile to go. Sweet Cakes and Shakes is clear by 2, now 3, now 4. And here it is, Eddie Delahousse, a new plateau, win number 6,000.
Number 6,000 for the popular Eddie Delahousse. Louisiana native won his very first race at Evangeline Downs in Louisiana in 1968. And now in his 31st year of riding, he gets number 6,000. See the other jockeys coming out of the room to honor one of their favorites, Eddie Delahousse. Let's recap some of his career highlights. Eddie D has won 5 Triple Crown races, including the Kentucky Derby back-to-back in 1982 and 1983. Eddie D inducted into the National Racing Hall of Fame in 1993. He now joins racing's exclusive 6,000 win club. Congratulations, Eddie Delahousse. Congratulations are also in order for Mr. D.G. Van Cleef. He is named the winner of the 1998 Eclipse Award of Merit. The president of the Breeders' Cup and the founding CEO of the NTRA is being honored for his years of service to the thoroughbred industry. Thoroughbred Racing's Eclipse Awards dinner is set for next Tuesday night, February 16th in Bal Harbor, Florida, where the champions of racing in 1998 will be honored. The winners in all the different divisions will not be announced until that night, including the Horse of the Year, a bit of a different format change with the NTRA now taking over the dinner. The on-again, off-again riding career of jockey Chris Antley is on again as he returned to riding at Santa Anita last Wednesday. Then promptly he was off again as Chris got involved in some rough riding on Thursday. Suspended for 3 days, he's back in the saddle now. Antley, who had been off for 14 months fighting some weight and personal problems, remember won the 1991 Kentucky Derby on Strike the Goal. Good to have you back, Chris. And a reminder that we'll be at next Tuesday night's Eclipse Awards dinner in Florida. The tape a 1-hour Eclipse Awards special. Be seen on ESPN February 21st at 1:30 Eastern. We'll see you then. So long.
Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association.
And as we leave you this week, let's watch again the exploits of Exploit as he comes driving to the finish line in the San Vicente and the celebration for Bob and Beverly Lewis. Along with trainer Bob Baffert, he's won the last 2 Kentucky Derbies. He's a favorite to win the 3rd now. Congratulations to the Lewis team. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.
More is next on the National Car Rental Racehorse Digest.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Metters. Welcome to the Racehorse Digest. The top story is the 28th Annual Eclipse Awards. They were doled out earlier this week, Academy Award style. So here's the award for Best Movie, Best Director, and Best Actor, Thoroughbred Racing Style. We start with the Horse of the Year. He flirted with becoming America's richest thoroughbred late in 1998. Skipaway is owned by Carolyn Hine and trained by her husband, Sonny. Retired last year as a 5-year-old, he won $9.6 million. The outstanding trainer is the always colorful Bob Baffert. He's won the last 2 Kentucky Derbies. And in each of the last 2 years with Silver Charm and Real Quiet, he has been within an eyelash of winning the elusive Triple Crown. You can bet that Baffert will head to Churchill Downs, ready to make a run at a three-peat in early May. And the outstanding jockey is Hall of Famer Gary Stevens, who finally wins his first Eclipse Award. Stevens rode Silver Charm in Dubai. He also rode 2 winners in the Breeders' Cup and finished with well over $16 million in earnings. We'll have more on the Eclipse Awards later, but now let's head to the track for Saturday's running of the Las Virgenes at Santa Anita. This is a Grade 1 for 3-year-old fillies worth $200,000, going a mile on the dirt. Here's the field with the final odds presented by Las Vegas. The Las Virgenes marks the debut for 1998 Breeders' Cup fillies runner-up. Excellent Meeting. She'll be ridden by Kent DeSormo. Tout Charmant is also saddled by Bob Baffert. Hollywood Picture is the daughter of Holy Bull, and she has won 2 in a row. And Here's to You with Eddie Delahousse looks to provide the early speed. Trevor Denman has the call.
Way to go. Hollywood Picture in the white cap is out fastest. Two Shamar along the inside. On the outside of those two is Weekend Squall. The favorite, Excellent Meeting. Quite content to let that trio go on with it. And Here's to You is run up on her outside. Past the 7/8 pole they go, and Two Shamar setting the pace. Not in any hurry, though. Leads it by a length. Now Here's to You going to quicken the pace. And Here's to You quickens them with 3/4 of a mile to go. Two Shamar's back to second. Hollywood Picture is in third. Excellent Meeting is right there in the 4th spot, just 2 lengths off the leaders. And that leaves Weekend Squall at the back. Only 5 lengths would cover them all. They head to the half-mile in the Las Virgenes. Here's to You racing on the outside at Two Shamar. Hollywood Picture is in third, and let's see, Excellent Meeting just loping along comfortably at the rail. Excellent Meeting now a joint third, right on the heels of the leaders, and then a gap of 4 back to Weekend Squall. Into the turn they go, and Two Shamar tries to kick on, but Excellent Meeting just breezing up on the inside here, and Excellent Meeting now taking the lead from Two Shamar. Hollywood Picture third. Here's to You can find no more, and Weekend Squall is last. They come to the top of the lane, and it's Excellent Meeting in front. Two Shamar tries to dig deep, but a very confident Kent DeSormo looks left. He looks right. He shakes the reins at Excellent Meeting, and she bounds on for home. And Excellent Meeting just putting on an absolute procession for us this afternoon. What a stylish performance from this daughter of General Meeting. Excellent Meeting strolls home from Two Shamar. Weekend Squall, Here's to You, and Hollywood Picture was last.
Bob Baffert runs 1-2 in the Las Virgenes with Excellent Meeting, notching her 4th graded stakes win. She is currently at 15-1 in the Kentucky Derby future odds, but she's not even the best filly in the Baffert barn. That honor would go to Silver Bullet Day. Ken DeSormo was on board this daughter of General Meeting. Her winning time in the mile was 1:35 1/5. It's early in the race, but here are the latest Visa 3-year-old championship point standings. Texas Glitter has the lead with 10 points. Aristotle in 2nd place, 3 horses there with 7 points. I love the name Grits and Hard Toast. Names that are noticeably absent here, though: Silver Bullet Day, Excellent Meeting, and Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner, Answer Lively. The National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By the United Thoroughbred Trainers of America, publishers of the Backstretch magazine. By Walmart, winning the world over. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Work piling up.
Let's go.
That's the perfect time to declare a national holiday.
Let's go.
National Car Rental's declaring every day a national holiday.
Let's go.
With our great holiday rates, you can escape to the slopes.
Let's go.
Or the golf greens. Or the tropical beaches.
Let's go.
So call National Car Rental now.
Let's go.
And declare your own national holiday. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Brookside Farms, Versailles, Kentucky, has the stallion power for the new millennium. Champion Theatrical, leading turf sire of 1998, has sired more than 40 stakes winners and 16 Grade 1 winners with earnings over $33 million. Jade Hunter, with sons and daughters that have earned over $14 million, including current turf star Yodley. And Theatrical son Cherry, who was a Grade 1 winner on both dirt and turf. Brookside Farms stallions for the new millennium. Theatrical, Jade Hunter and Cherry.
My job is to compare products. And it's not often that I'm surprised. So when Head & Shoulders went up against the leading prescription brand, I expected the prescription to be better, but it isn't. A study proves Head & Shoulders is effective against dandruff. I found out there's a microscopic fungus associated with dandruff, and Head & Shoulders helps kill it. Helps stop flakes before they even start. Not even the expensive prescription works better. You may never see flakes again. I don't.
Turn on to the tradition, come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. On the fairgrounds. And all that jazz.
As we head to the backside of February, here are the leading horses for 1998. Topping the list, Golden Eagle Farms Event of the Year. Manastique, of course, a recent winner at Santa Anita. And she had the newly crowned Eclipse Award-winning jockey, Gary Stevens, on her back. Our first weekend recap begins at Santa Anita on Sunday, and the Grade 1 $200,000 Santa Maria for fillies and mares 4 years and older. The distance was set at 1 mile and a 16th. The heavy favorite, Bell's Flag, trained by Daryl Viana and guided by Corey Nakatani, set the early pace as expected, but the late charging long shot, India Divina, would have a say in this one. Here's the call.
Heads a turn for home, and Bell's Flag finds more on the lead. Bell's Flag going on gamely. Victory Stripes. India Divina now joins the fray on the outside. And here's India Divina coming home gamely. Bell's Flag at the rail and Victory Stripes between them. But India Divina is doing best of all with 80 yards to run. And India Divina and Garrett Gomez to take the Santa Maria. India Divina, Victory Stripes second. Bell's Flag weakened to third. Then you know Alani and Sonia's Fate was that.
A graded stakes winner in her native Chile, India Divina scores her first stakes win since importing to the United States. She's trained by Eduardo Inda and was ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. She covered the mile and a 16th in a time of 1:42 3/5. The $120,000 first place check moved her over the $250,000 mark in career earnings. Bell's Flag faded to third. Now to Laurel Park in Maryland for the Grade 2 Barbara Fritchie Handicap. This race is geared for fillies and mares 3 years and older. The distance, 7 furlongs. The prize money, $250,000. The girl to beat is John Kimmel's Katinka, the 6-horse.
So they're into the far turn, 3/8 of a mile to go. And Katinka sticking with biting time and Katinka going on. The outside is Passaggiata racing in third. Cheers and Tears is next in fourth. Nothing Special is fifth. Palette Knife is sixth, just 3 off the lead. Katinka turns for home, narrow advantage. Passaggiata is going to be your menace on the outside, and biting time is right there at the rail. Nothing Special, huge race today, running in fourth. Cheers and Tears even with a winning shot. Katinka got to be worked on. It's not going to be easy at all. Passaggiata on the outside. Passaggiata, Katinka, Nothing Special is right there. Third, biting time is fourth. Passaggiata, Katinka. It's going to be a fantastic finish in the Fritchie. It's close. Katinka, Passaggiata, nosebob. Passaggiata believed in it.
The Argentinian-bred Passaggiata wins her third straight, knocking off Katinka. She covered the 7 furlongs in 1:23 2. This was the first graded stakes win in the 23-year career of her trainer, A. Ferris Allen III. The winning rider was Mario Pino, and she's owned by Burning Daylight Farms. Passaggiata has now won over $385,000 in her career. Next year, she'll have a date in the breeding barn with 98 Breeders' Cup Classic winner, Awesome Again. Bobby Frankel won 8 races in January, and he is our Walmack UTTA Trainer of the Month. 4 of those wins were stakes wins. 3 were also graded stakes. One of those came in the Santa Ynez with Honest Lady, a daughter of Seattle Slew. Now, she appears to be on a collision course with the boys, in the Kentucky Derby on the first Saturday in May.
And look at this girl go. Honest Lady just opening up on them. Honest Lady, the daughter of Seattle Slew, trotting home in the Santa Ynez.
Frankel was inducted into racing's Hall of Fame in 1995. He is 57 years old and a native of Brooklyn, New York. He won the Training Eclipse Award in 1993, and this January, he's our Walmack UTTA Trainer of the Month.
Don't say a word. The Sprinkle King always knows what his customers like.
Dad, we need real customers.
Need customers? Cable television advertising delivers targeted, waste-free advertising that gets results.
Your turn. I know.
Don't say a word.
These are cars. This is your internet. How can you use the internet to find your next car? Just type automallUSA.com. Simple. automallUSA.com.
Get online with McCain Auto Group, one of your local Auto Mall dealers.
Welcome back to the National Car Rental Racehorse Digest. Make a note on your calendar that you can find us 3 times next week right here on ESPN. The first will be on Wednesday at 1 Eastern. In just about every awards announcement, there's at least one recipient for whom the honor is way overdue. In American Quarter Horse Racing, that person was Jack Brooks, who was finally selected as the Trainer of the Year. The prevailing thought of many observers, it was about time.
Jack Brooks' emotional reaction was heartfelt. He had been the leading money winner several times, but had never been honored as Trainer of the Year. The key to the title was a balanced stable.
Yes, it was. You know, I had old horses, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. All my horses run good. Usually my deal is mostly my 2-year-olds run and my other horses are just fair. But this year I won derbies. I had some old horses win stakes, and I had several nice 2-year-olds, you know, and I was a winner of the All-American.
And if any one thing defines Jack Brooks' career, it's that race, the All-American Futurity. His success in quarter horse racing's richest event spans 20 years. His first victory came with Moonlark in 1978. Prior to last year, Brooks had saddled 6 All-American winners. No other trainer could claim more than 3. But even after all of his success, his 1998 victory with 20-to-1 long shot Falling in Love Again was somewhat unexpected.
You know, I thought, well, if I could run as good as third, I'd be tickled to death, and maybe I could light the board. And when I won the All-American, I believe it was one of the biggest thrills I've had. You know, I've won 7 of them before, 6 of them before, and this was just excellent.
Falling in Love Again is owned by David and Susan Mackey and figures to be a major player again in 1999.
Well, we have her in the Remington Derbies. That's going to be a little bit quick for her, but more than likely, her first starts will be at Ruidoso. She'll run through the the derbies at Ruidoso, and then we'll go from there. Well, I had a little problem with her at the gates, a stumbling. You know, she's a big filly and really leaves the gates hard, and she'd fall down. And hopefully this year I can take care of that. And if she does, she'll be a contender.
The one sad note last year was the passing of Brooks' longtime friend and owner, Bob Moore.
Mr. Moore, he'd come and spent the last 30 days at Ruidoso with us, and no one knows what kind of man this was till you stay around him for 20, 30 days. And I mean, he'd come to barn and sit on the bench with us, and this guy he was a great businessman, but he was just a great man that was good to everybody. He was not jealous of anybody, not of any horse you had in your barn. He liked everybody else's horse. He was just a great man.
Mr. Moore will certainly be missed, both in Jack Brooks Shed Row and in American quarter horse racing. But the life of a trainer is always geared to the future. And for 1999, Brooks is once again loaded with 2-year-olds.
Well, we have a few in the West Texas Sun Country, and then we started Remington, but our big goal is, you know, headed for Ruidoso. And we've got some 2-year-olds right now that we really like, you know, that we're breaking. And in fact, we've jumped a few of them off a little bit. They really look good.
Good enough for an 8th All-American? We'll soon see. For more information on racing American quarter horse activities in your area, call the AQHA at 1-800-414-RIDE. Still to come, the big winners at the 28th Annual Eclipse Award Dinner. We'll be right back.
Vacation travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're going to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland. Because as the official car rental company of the Magic Kingdom, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. For a family vacation you'll never forget. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland with National Car Rental.
The tradition, come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. And all that jazz.
How many sugars do you want?
Oh, I'll take 2. Hey, look at the little telephone.
Keep your eye on him. He'll be over every day to use it.
That's okay. Just as long as he dials 10-10-321 first.
Isn't 10-10-321 great? You should see how low my phone bill is.
And now it's even better, you know. Saves 50% off calls over 10 minutes.
Right, day or night. So I save big on all my most important calls.
Like when I call my boyfriend in New York.
Right, like when you call your boyfriend in New York. Wait a minute, boyfriend? You got a boyfriend?
Own a professional sports team at a bargain price. Get into American Quarter Horse Racing. Experience the excitement of your very own runner competing in your colors. Then invite your envious friends to join you in the winner's circle. Visit your star players anytime you like, and they'll never ask for a raise. So dig in, hang on, and let the dirt fly. The AQHA can get you started with free information. Call 1-800-414-RIDE.
Welcome back. Here are the leading owners so far in 1999. It's already been a good year for Golden Eagle Farm. Their earnings over the $1.1 million mark. The rest of the top 5 getting close to the $500,000 point. We return to the thoroughbred track now in Gulfstream Park for the Breeders' Cup Sprint Championship. This race is open to horses 3 and up, going 7 furlongs on the turf. It is a Grade 2 with a purse of $134,000. The morning line favorite was Frisk Me Now, who was the upset winner in the 1997 Hutchison Stakes, going off at odds of 105-1. Here's the call.
Less than 3 furlongs to go. The half at 45 2/5 seconds. Good and Tough has wrested a narrow lead from Thrill and Discovery. Mint just in behind them. Frisk Me Now. Cowboy Cop has faded to 5th. They're off the turn and into the stretch. Good and Tough continues to tangle here with Thrill and Discovery. Mint's in tight toward the rail. Frisk Me Now is coming with a determined run. And there's a resurgent Young at Heart on the far outside. They're coming down to the finish. Here's Frisk Me Now. Here's a Californian Young at Heart. They're coming down to the line. Young at Heart and Frisk Me Now. Here's the wire. Frisk Me Now wins by an out.
Frisk Me Now makes his first sprint race a winning one for owner Carol Durso. Trained by her husband Bob, the 5-year-old has now chalked up earnings of over $1.4 million. Jockey Eddie King was reunited with Frisk Me Now to win off at odds of 12-1. Bob Durso said training the bay over the turf made a big difference, and he'll do it again for his next start, the Gulfstream Park Handicap, on February 27th. On President's Day, Laurel Park held the Grade 2 $250,000 General George Handicap, open to ages 3 and up. The distance, 7 furlongs. Purple Passion was sent off as the favorite. Purple Passion is in the purple silks and just taking the lead.
They turn for home in the General George, and it's Purple Passion just in front. Esteemed Friend right there, the threat on the outside. Star of Valor out to the center of the racetrack. Don't let the big one go. Gives way. Wire Me, Collect, and Jobstone. Purple Passion at the 8th pole leads it from Esteemed Friend. Star of Valor charging to the center of the racetrack. Prado bleeding with Purple Passion. Esteemed Friend is right there. Esteemed Friend, Star of Valor charging past Purple Passion. Esteemed Friend, and Luzzy gets his friend home to win it.
Esteemed Friend, a winner of his last out, the Pomona Handicap, picks up his first graded stakes victory in the General George. The 5-year-old son of Gulch is owned and trained by Joseph Imperio and ridden by Mike Lutzy. Esteemed Friend was purchased at the Keeneland sales for $300,000 as a yearling. The favorite, Purple Passion, was in for third. To the fairgrounds now in the $125,000 Whirlaway Stakes for 4-year-olds and up, running a distance of 1 mile and 1/16. The favorite, Precocity, is the #1 horse who's yet to enter your picture. Here's Tony Bentley with the call.
And these two stay bridle to bridle on the outside. Fallen Halo. Take Note of Me at the rail. Baytown now a closer third. Precocity begins to gain. Then comes Prory. They turn into the stretch. Fallen Halo. Baytown is next. Precocity now in gear on the outside. And Prory is next. Towards the rail is Take Note of Me. By the 8th pole, Precocity now clear on the lead. Take Note of Me on the inside. Prory up on the outside. It's Precocity in front.
Precocity picks up $75,000 for his efforts in the Whirlaway. The Bay was second in this race last year. Precocity is conditioned by Bobby Barnett for owner John Franks, and jockey Eddie Martin was in the irons for the victory. Precocity's lifetime earnings have now climbed to over $1.2 million. His next start will be the New Orleans Handicap on March 7th. Back to Gulfstream for the Grade 3 Swanee River Handicap on Valentine's Day. A race for fillies and mares 3 and up, going 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf for $75,000. Trainer Bill Mott sent out Colcon, the favorite. She's the 5 horse in the yellow silks.
The field moving into the far turn. Winfama at an advantage here. She's been leading through easy fractions. The lead 3/4 of a length. Circus Charmer is running second on the outside. Roberta T is third. Colcon on the inside is fourth, only 3 lengths for the lead. Lover's Knot will go 4 wide for the run into the stretch. The field turning for home. It's still Winfama in front. Winfama driving on the lead. Circus Charmer right there at her throat latch now. Colcon dives to the inside, then Roberta T, and far outside Lover's Knot. It is still Winfama. Winfama the leader. Circus Charmer trying to get to her with 70 yards to go. Colcon bottled up at the inside. Winfama under the line. Winfama does it.
Winfama wins the Swanee River by half a length. 12 years ago, her mother, Fama, won the very same race. Winfama, also a daughter of Wild Again, earns her first graded stakes victory here. The mare is trained by Martin Wilson for the Santa Cruz Ranch. Jockey Richard Migliore had the winning ride. Winfama will run next in the Grade 2 Orchard Handicap on March 7th. The 1998 Eclipse Awards were passed out earlier this week. Here are just a few of the highlights. The 2-year-old colt or gelding winner is Answer Lively, who won the 1998 Breeders' Cup Juvenile. The top 2-year-old filly is the Bob Baffert-trained Silver Bullet Day, who also won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies. In the 3-year-old colt gelding category, the choice was pretty simple. It's Real Quiet, who won the 1998 Kentucky Derby and Preakness. The 3-year-old filly is Banshee Breeze, who won 3 Grade 1s in 1998. In the older category for the boys, it's Skip Away. As we mentioned at the top of the show, he was also named Horse of the Year. For the older ladies, the winner is Asina. She towered over the competition with over $2 million in earnings. The top sprinter is Re-Raise, who won 4 of 5 starts and over $750,000. And the steeplechase winner is Flat Top. The male turf horse of the year is Buck's Boy, who won the $2 million Breeders' Cup Turf. And the female turf horse of the year is Fiji. The English bred won 6 of 7 starts. The Apprentice Jockey Award goes to Sean Bridgemohan. The outstanding owner is Frank Strana. He led all owners in money won in North America with over $6.7 million. Awesome Again is the biggest star in his stable. And the outstanding breeder is Mr. and Mrs. John Mabey for the 2nd year in a row. Mabey bred horses won over $8.2 million last year, including young stars like Excellent Meeting and Event of the Year. And just a reminder, you can get the action and reaction from the 28th Annual Eclipse Awards right here on ESPN. This Sunday, Chris Lincoln will be your host and tour guide through the industry's biggest awards. The Eclipse Special airs at 1:30 Eastern.
In 1997, Walmack Stallion sired more stakes winners than any other farm in North America. It is bloodlines, planning, and persevering that leads to the winner's circles at racetracks the world over. Walmack Stallion, Is It True, has demonstrated his potential as a sire of early maturing quality 2-year-olds. His leading runner is multiple graded stakes winner, Yes It's True, from his second North American crop. Walmack, winning the world over.
When you come to this year's Triple Crown races, you're bound to hear the same word repeated again and again. Yes! Everywhere from the heights of the clubhouse, right on down to the rail. Yes! No. No? Unless you try to buy your ticket with American Express. Visa, official card of the Visa Triple Crown Challenge. It's everywhere you want to be.
The top hitters on the Senior Tour gather in Florida to tee it up in the GTE Classic. Coverage begins Friday at 2 on ESPN.
The Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Alan and Madeline Paulson's Brookside Farm. And by the American Quarter Horse Association, serving the American quarter horse racing industry and America's horse. Congratulations again to Carolyn and Sonny Hine, as Skipaway at the recent Eclipse Awards was named Horse of the Year. Skipaway was retired at the end of last year. He leaves the game as the second richest North American thoroughbred in history. And congratulations to Bob Baffert. For the second year in a row, he was named Outstanding Trainer. Of course, Baffert came within an eyelash of winning the Triple Crown. And Gary Stevens, he's a Hall of Fame jockey, but this year he wins his very first Eclipse Award. He was named Outstanding Jockey. And Chris Lincoln will have all of the news and highlights and reaction from the Eclipse Awards this Sunday on ESPN at 1:30. Don't miss it. Some other jockeys are also reaching career milestones. Lafitte Pinkai Jr. rode his 8,700th winner on Saturday at Santa Anita. The win came on board Young Husband, and it puts Pinkai within 133 wins of Bill Shoemaker's all-time record. Pinkai is 52 years old. And Julie Crone is also climbing the win ladder. Crone is spending the winter at the fairgrounds in New Orleans. She rode 3 winners last Saturday, 4 more on Sunday, and 5 on Fat Tuesday. Crone now has 3,503 career wins. She is the first female rider to reach that mark, and it comes almost 18 years exactly to the day after riding her first winner back on February 12, 1981. And Santa Anita will host the 2000 Breeders' Cup Championship. This will mark the 3rd time that the Arcadia, California track has played host to the championship since the Breeders' Cup began back in 1984. This Saturday on ABC, Nick Zito and Wayne Lucas headline the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Zito will saddle The Groom is Red, seen here winning last year's Champagne Stakes in the mud at Belmont. While Lucas has Cat Thief, who finished 3rd in the Hutchison Stakes 3 weeks ago at Gulfstream. They are 2 early Kentucky Derby hopefuls who will make this a race worth watching. It's Saturday at 3 Eastern on ABC as the Visa Triple Crown Challenge continues. That's the Digest. Thanks for joining us. Chris Lincoln will be back next week. So long, everyone.
Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association.
And we leave you with a look back at the Las Virgenes, where excellent meeting came through in front. It gave Bob Baffert a chance to spend some time in the winner's circle with Sybil Shepherd. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sport. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.
Stories coming up on National Car Rental Racehorse Digest.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. Welcome to the Racehorse Digest, ESPN's national weekly recap of horse racing. Our feature race of the week, the Fountain of Youth Stakes, runs Saturday at Gulfstream Park in South Florida. The $200,000 race for 3-year-olds at 1 mile and 1/16. Was run as a Grade 1 for the first time. Let's check the field. The closing odds presented by Las Vegas. On the rail, Kent DeSomo in from the West Coast to ride Certain at 7-1. Alley's Alley at 11 with Edgar Prado. Vicar 9-2. The second choice has Shane Sellers. Casanova Star at 29 with John Velasquez. Donerail Court, son of Seattle Sioux, the $1 million purchase for Michael Tabor and his group, John Magner included, at 5-1 with Jerry Bailey. Successful appeal. Cat Thief, the favorite at 3-1 with Pat Day. Grits and Hard Toast, the 8-horse, 10-1 with Robbie Davis. Rounding out the field, the groom is Red, one of Nick Zito's in the race at 15-1 with Corey Nakatani. And on the far outside, Jose Santos rides Legal Street at 14-1. Our feature race, the Fountain of Youth. Dave Johnson with a call from ABC Sports.
And they're off in the Fountain of Youth. Certain at the rail gets away quickly, and Cat Thief on the outside is right there. And there goes Vicar charging through between horses. Alley's Alley also has a little early speed, and Donerail Court is caught behind a wall of horses and now swings to the outside with Jerry Bailey. Round the clubhouse turn. Vicar leads it by 3 parts of a length. Cat Thief on the outside to challenge early. Here comes Donerail Court on the outside with the dark colors moving up third. Certain saves ground at the rail in 4th by 2. Alley's Alley is 5th on the inside ahead. Casanova Star with the yellow colors, 6th on the outside, only about 4 from the lead. Successful Appeal is next. Then Grits and Hard Toast with the white blinkers, followed by Legal Street. And far back, the groom is Red. Down the backstretch, it's Vicar holding on to the lead by half a length. And on the outside, Cat Thief is right there and challenging. Donerail Court, away from the rail, is racing third. Certain inches up a closer 4th in the light blue colors of the rail. Casanova Star is 5th and beginning to close in the middle of the racetrack. Alley's Alley down at the rail looks for a little racing room, and then comes Successful Appeal. Back on the front end, though, it's Vicar with Shane Sellers leading it by a head. That's Vicar on the inside trying to take it wire to wire. On the outside, Cat Thief is right there as they straighten away in the lane. Cat Thief between horses. Here comes Certain on the outside. Vicar at the rail. 3 of them across the track, and down the stretch they come. Between horses, Cat Thief at the rail. Vicar on the outside. Certain. 3 of them race for the wire. Vicar on the inside with Shane Sellers. Digging in and holding on. Vicar wins it by a head. Cat Thief gets the place spot. Certain was third. The final time, 1 minute 45 and 3/5 seconds.
Thank you. A happy trainer Carl Nasker. The winner is Vicar, trained by Carl, ridden by jockey Shane Sellers. The margin of victory and neck over the favorite Cat Thief, with Certain finishing third. Vicar, a 3-year-old son of Wild, again owned by Jim Taffel. We have some post-race comments now as we first listen in on winning jockey Shane Sellers right after the race.
I really wasn't worried about Cat Thief. I thought I had him all run. I was worried about somebody else maybe coming and get us. But his colt fought hard today. And it wasn't a game plan to go to the lead, but you know, sometimes you have to play a race off the break. And Jerry's horse got left, and he left me on the lead. And this colt galloped along, and he's a nice colt.
But I tell you what, it was a very big effort out of my colt. He was a little bit more anxious around the first turn into the backside than I would have liked to have had him. But coming off that quick 7/8 of a mile race the other day, it was all right. We was comfortably placed down the backside around the turn, and I thought that I had the winner off the corner when we came into the stretch. Certain ran up on my hip. We made just a little bit of contact, cost my horse just a little bit of momentum, but they both fought hard and moved forward off of this, I believe.
The different thing that happened this time is I didn't tell Shane what to do. I said, ride your race, Shane. He knows better than I do when they open the gate. We're going to the Florida Derby, and definitely we got a lot of work to do, Shane and I, but Shane's got the horse. He knows the horse. I don't think there's any problem from here on, except just not getting outran.
National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. And by the American Quarter Horse Association, serving the American quarter horse racing industry and America's horse.
Work piling up. Let's go. That's the perfect time to declare a national holiday. Let's go. National Car Rental is declaring every day a national holiday. Let's go. With our great holiday rates, you can escape to the slopes. Let's go. Or the golf greens. Or the tropical beaches. Let's go. So call National Car Rental now. Let's go. And declare your own national holiday. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Turn up to the tradition. Come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. And all that jazz.
Hi, we're in Miami. We got a sink, a bottle of Perk Plus shampoo with clean conditioning. We're washing hair and changing minds. Excuse me, ma'am. And I've got a sink right here in the top style suite. Oh, no. Then I've got a sink right over there. And no, it's okay. Wait. It's new Perk Plus. It's reformulated. It's got water-based conditioning. I want over here to her. So it's going to leave your hair feeling clean. And here we go. Wow. Wow. Hey, once again, Perk Plus with clean conditioning. Come on, let us wash your hair. I guarantee you we can change your mind. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes. Oh, yes.
When you come to this year's Triple Crown races, you're bound to hear the same word repeated again and again. Yes. Everywhere from the heights of the clubhouse, right on down to the rail.
Yes. No.
No? Unless you try to buy your ticket with American Express. Visa, official card of the Visa Triple Crown Challenge. It's everywhere you want to be.
Welcome back on the Digest. Here are the nation's top 5 money-earning thoroughbreds as we wrap up the second month of 1999 event of the year. And Puerto Madero 1-2, both in the stable of trainer Richard Mandela. Manastique, esteemed friend Dixie.com round out the top 5. At the Eclipse Awards dinner in Florida a week ago on Tuesday night, Silver Bullet Day, as expected, picked up the award for champion 2-year-old filly. Winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, Silver Bullet Day, made her 3-year-old debut at the Fairgrounds Racetrack in New Orleans as the big favorite as they leave the gate in the Grade 3 $125,000 Devona Dale Stakes at 1 mile and a 16th. We'll pick up the call now from Tony Bentley of the Devona Dale and Silver Bullet Day about to make her move.
And down the stretch, Silver Bullet Day. Brush Tallery, debit account on the outside, is next. On a soapbox towards the rail onto the 8th pole. Silver Bullet Day has the lead. On the outside is Brush Tallery at the rail on a soapbox. Silver Bullet Day, the Eclipse Award winner, wins the Devona Dale.
The newly crowned 2-year-old filly Eclipse champion Silver Bullet Day picks up her 7th career win in 8 starts. Her connections are also Eclipse Award winners this year. Her trainer Bob Baffert and jockey Gary Stevens, and her owner Mike Pigram earned the Big Sport of Turfdom Award as well. Silver Bullet Day's earnings now over the $1.1 million mark in her very short career. Her next start, the Fairgrounds Oaks on March 13th in New Orleans. Gary Stevens and Bob Baffert accepting the trophy. Congratulations on Silver Bullet Day's win there. Sunday at the Fairgrounds, the $125,000 Risen Star Stakes for 3-year-olds at 1 mile and a 16th. 3-5 favorite, the Breeders' Cup champ Answer Lively, currently in the middle of the track with John Franks' orange and green colors.
And down the stretch. Porto Rojo on the inside, Kimberlite Pipe. Gap of 3 now. Answer Lively is on again. Desert Demon on the outside. By the 8th pole, here comes Answer Lively roaring on to challenge for the lead. Kimberlite Pipe is game, and on the inside is Ecton Park. Ecton Park and Answer Lively, too close to call.
Ecton Park wins the photo, beating the champion 2-year-old colt and Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner Answer Lively by a nose under Pat Day. Ecton Park, trained by Elliott Walden for owner Mark Stanley. Ecton Park is son of 49er, collecting his first stakes victory. This was the second big stakes win of the weekend for jockey Shane Sellers. Here he is in the winner's circle at the Fairgrounds. Remember, he won our feature, the Fountain of Youth, the day earlier with Vicker. Pat Day finishing second to Shane in the Fountain of Youth with Cat Thief, as well as second here at the Fairgrounds. The 3-year-old fillies were center stage at Gulfstream over the weekend, their version of the Devona Dale. This one a Grade 2 worth $100,000. 4-5 choice 3 ring under jockey John Velasquez, number 1 on the lead.
3 ring still in command with 2 furlongs to go. In control by 3 lengths now. She's widening on the field as the field turns for home. 3 ring in front. John Velasquez says go, and she is going. Going, she is gone. Leaving the others in her wake. Golden Temper, gold for the West on the outside, and Super Bowl pick. 3-ring was impressive today. Look at this filly. She wins the Grade 2 Devona Dale by almost 15 lengths.
A dominating performance by 3-ring. Trained by Edward Plessa Jr., this chestnut filly won 2 legs of the Florida Stallion Series last year and was then 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies behind Silver Bullet Day and Excellent Meeting. Owner Barry Schwartz is talking Kentucky Oaks now for 3-ring. An impressive performance, 3-ring in the winner's circle at Gulfstream for the Devona Dale. Moving to New York, more 3-year-old fillies racing at Aqueduct, the $64,920 Busher Stakes, going 1 1/16. We brought out 6 fillies to the post. The favorite, owner Barry Schwartz, is Seeking the Sky. The outside in the black and white silks.
Synchronized puts ahead in front. Seeking the Sky on the outside. Luck Abounds has dropped back to 3rd. Ballad Dorothy is on the move, now running in 4th. 3/4 in 1:13, and they come into the stretch. Seeking the Sky on the outside, Synchronized at the rail. Ballad Dorothy right behind in 3rd, 1/8 of a mile to the wire. It's Synchronized on the inside, short lead. Seeking the Sky on the outside. Ballad Dorothy is 3rd. It's Synchronized with the lead, and Synchronized will win the Busher Stakes.
Trainer Martin Wansborough's Synchronized takes the Busher Stakes here by 1 1/4 over Seeking the Sky. Ballad Dorothy getting up for the show. The filly was ridden by jockey Jose Espinoza for owner George Yemick. Synchronized, a good shot of Synchronized here. Number 7 earns her 3rd straight victory and her 1st stakes title. She'll run next in Maryland at Laurel. Another 3-year-old filly race from Aqueduct, the $60,000 Dearly Precious Stakes at 6 furlongs. The 4 to 5 pick T-Storm is on the lead here, and the jockey Jose Espinoza has pick up the call at the Big A.
They're at the head of the stretch, and the favorite T-Storm is in front here after a half mile in 46 seconds. Gaining ground on the inside is Carlierville. Via Cavate is back running in 3rd. Moving for the 16th pole, it is T-Storm leading by a length. Carlierville down on the inside. They're coming for the finish line, and T-Storm wins.
T-Storm, the former $40,000 claimer, moves into stakes company for the first time and does it impressively for trainer Rene Arrea. T-Storm is the daughter of Salt Lake, owned by the RK Stable. The Bay filly will be pointed now to the $100,000 Comely Stakes at Aqueduct April 24th. Carlierville was in for 2nd, followed by Via Cavate.
Visa tracking the 3-year-olds on their Visa 3-0 Championship point leaders. Vicar, after winning the Fountain of Youth, is tied with Texas Bitter and Cat Thief at the top, down to Certain with 5 points. When we return, we'll go quarter horse racing in New Orleans, but first we honor the memory of a champion, Refrigerator.
These are cars. This is your internet. How can you use the internet to find your next car? Just type automallusa.com. Simple. automallusa.com.
Get online with McCain Auto Group, one of your local Auto Mall dealers.
Tonight, let TCI change your view of pay-per-view. Order TCI Digital Pay-Per-View, an exciting feature of TCI Digital Cable, with more hit movies starting more often, more action, more drama, more romance. It's like having a movie multiplex in your own home, plus a ringside seat for the hottest live events. And with TCI Digital Cable, pay-per-view is more affordable, with a great low price for every movie. TCI Digital Pay-Per-View. More choice, more convenience, more of the best entertainment at home.
Start with the top 64 golfers in the world and end with one. The Anderson Consulting Match Play Championship. Coverage begins today at 2 on ESPN.
A friendly reminder to you horse racing fans of our times next week. Look at this. We're a day earlier than usual, Tuesday, 2 o'clock Eastern. The quarter horse world was stunned last Friday, February 19th, with the announcement that the sport's all-time leading money earner, Refrigerator, had to be euthanized due to complications from a head injury. The Fridge was an 11-year-old gelding owned by Jim and Marilyn Helzer of Pilot Point, Texas. Helzer purchased Refrigerator in 1990 from breeder Sonny Vaughn, put up $50,000 and to supplement him to the 1991 All-American Futurity. The Fridge won the world's richest quarter horse race, and the legend was born. Refrigerator really made his name, though, when he became the only three-time winner of the year-in Champion of Champions, starting in 1992 at Los Alamitos.
Refrigerator came away nicely, but so did Juno's Request down along the inside. The long shot, Sound Dash, one slick one are all right there. Dash Master Miss coming up on the outside. Refrigerator can Kip Didrikson win on his final mount. Ed Grimley's coming after him. Juno's Request down along the inside, but this is a championship way to close out his career. Refrigerator and Kip Didrikson. Now coming up on the outside is Sir Goldminer. In the middle of the track, we have Dash Master Miss, but Refrigerator, he wants to become the richest horse of all time. Down with Dash giving him a real fight down along the inside. We have history in the making. Refrigerator over down with that. Refrigerator and Brotherly even seals his right there. And now coming on his eye here is Symphony as Refrigerator coming on strongly with Brotherly. Down with Dead on the outside. Seals is running a few tricks on the far outside. Here comes Seals with Down with Dead, Refrigerator. And Brotherly is going to be Refrigerator or Seal.
Refrigerator won 11 stakes races, including 9 Grade 1s during his great career. The Fridge, the only racing American quarter horse in history to surpass the $2 million mark in career earnings. Refrigerator, dead at age 11, was buried this past Saturday at the Helzer Ranch in Texas. Well, now for our quarter horse race recap, we head to America's third oldest thoroughbred track, the Fairgrounds in New Orleans, dating back to 1892. But once a year, the old track plays host to quarter horse racing, the Mardi Gras Futurity and Derby. Here's a look at some of the action now from the 2 days of time trials for the Mardi Gras Futurity. For the third trial on February 15th, our best Jess was the 4-5 favorite. The Streakin' Angelica would prove fastest of all.
From the outside, Streakin' Angelica for the lead. Fast Thoughts on the inside. Jess A Lady comes on. Streakin' Angelica on the far outside. Then comes Jess A Lady and Fast Thoughts. Streakin' Angelica.
Streakin' Angelica blows by Jess A Lady to capture her trial division and post the fastest qualifying time. However, both the second and third place finishers were also fast enough to make the finals. Streakin' Angelica is owned by Wayne Gordon and trained by Danny Eldridge. Jockey Tim Town was aboard for the fillies' strong trial effort. Now to the next day, number 8, Glenda's Magic, a slight favorite over the outside horse, Ivory La Jolla.
On the outside, Glenda's Magic bounces away for the lead. Now towards the inside, the Silence Lady on to be second. Between horses, Miss Scoopy Pie in third. Up for the outside, Ivory La Jolla. Midnight La Jolla angles to the rail. Here's the line. Easy score, Glenda's Magic.
Despite drifting in, Glenda's Magic holds a 3/4 length advantage over the Silence Lady, with Ivory La Jolla third. Again, all three on the board earned a starting spot in the finals. Jockey Marty Clark was aboard Glenda's Magic for trainer Kevin Broussard and owner Cheryl Lebrosat. The 5 fastest from each trial day will meet in the $88,000 Mardi Gras Futurity March 4th. Last Labor Day weekend, DRH Dashin' and Jammin' ended his 2-year-old campaign by winning the All-American Futurity Consolation. DRH Dashin' and Jammin' recently returned to Stakes Company in the $39,000 Winter Quarter Horse Derby at Sunland Park. He was the second choice to Rabbit's Rainbow.
Gonna go in the Sunland Park Winter Quarter Horse Derby. And a good start for DRH. Dashin' and Jammin' gets away quickly on the outside. Color Me Dashing right there, second. Rabbit's Rainbow third from between horses. DRH Dashin' and Jammin' has the lead. Here comes Rabbit's Rainbow into second. A good run from Ryan Time again on the inside, but it's all DRH Dashin' and Jammin'. DRH Dashin' and Jammin' a link to Rabbit's Rainbow.
DRH Dashin' and Jammin' gets revenge on Rabbit's Rainbow, who had beaten him by a nose in the time trial. DRH Dashin' and Jammin' starting his sophomore campaign off the right way with his 3/4 length victory here. Daughter of First Down Dash, owned by Jimmy and Greg Drake, trained by Fred Danley. Jockey Bo White was in the irons for the fillies' third win in 9 lifetime starts. For more information on the Racing American Quarter Horse, call the AQHA at 1-800-414-RIDE. Straight ahead is our second thoroughbred race recap as the Pete Pink Eye keeps chasing Bill Shoemaker's records.
travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're going to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland. Because as the official car rental company of the Magic Kingdom, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. For a family vacation you'll never forget. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland with National Car Rental.
Why is quarter horse racing different? It's more exciting at the start, faster in the middle, closer at the finish, and it's easier to learn. With a variety of publications, videos, and seminars, there's helpful information available for newcomers and experts alike. So dig in, hang on, let the dirt fly, and let AQHA help. Call 1-800-414-RIDE.
You didn't dial 10-10-321?
I admit it, Oscar. Sometimes I forget.
I told you dial 10-10-321 to save money. 50% when you talk over 10 minutes.
I know. I saw my phone bill, and those 10-10-321 calls were much cheaper.
And it's so easy.
I know.
So from now on, you'll always dial 10-10-321 first, right?
Oh, yeah. I've learned my lesson.
Pretty good advice, huh? Maybe I should be the trainer. Who doesn't want to save 50%?
There's a school where the toughest courses are the most popular. Lectures are a joy, and no one ever cuts class. This renowned institution is the Nicholas Flick Golf School. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Where the faculty is unparalleled.
Your elbows softer.
And the dean has 6 masters.
People might confuse you for a golf player.
When you go, bring your Visa card. Because of the Nicholas Flick Golf School, they don't take American Express.
You've done your homework.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
By Money One, here are the top 5 current leading jockeys in the nation. Alex Solis is number 1, followed by Gary Stevens, Jerry Bailey, David Flores, and Chris McCarron. We begin our second thoroughbred race recap in Southern California this past Sunday. The Grade 3 $131,000 plus Les Flores handicap. It's fillies and mares 4 and up. The even money favorite in the race was Stop Traffic, ridden by Corey Black. But the filly to watch is Enjoy the Moment under Hall of Fame jockey Lafitte Pinkai Jr. Pick up Trevor Denman's call now, the Los Flores from Santa Anita this past weekend. Here's Trevor.
A quarter of a mile to run. Enjoy the Moment. Going on for home. Closed Escrow coming after her. Stop Traffic. Fun all over. Trying to get involved late. Enjoy the Moment. The leader. Closed Escrow. Stop Traffic at the rail and Fun all over. But Enjoy the Moment still finding more on the lead. And Enjoy the Moment coming home powerfully under Lafitte Pinkai. Enjoy the Moment. An impressive winner of the Las Flores. Tomorrow's Sunshine came from last to snatch second. Then Closed Escrow. Stop Traffic and Fun all over.
Hall of Fame jockey Lafitte Pinkai Jr. chalks up his 240th Santa Anita Stakes win on Enjoy the Moment in the Las Flores. That number, by the way, is second on the all-time list at Santa Anita behind the legendary Bill Shoemaker with 260 stakes wins. Enjoy the Moment is trained by Bill Spar for the Fellow Farms. The 4-year-old came back from a lung infection and no worse for wear. Earns her first graded stakes victory here. The favorite Stop Traffic finished last. Now let's go to the Bula Boo Stakes, run on Saturday at Santa Anita. Controlled is the favorite here, currently 4th, number 7 in the black and red silks, on the jockey Alex Solis.
A quarter of a mile to go, and Aloha Mangos has shaken clear now, but here comes Controlled after her. Ready and Willing, Show Me the Stage, can find no more, drops back fast. It's Aloha Mangos, but Controlled is now coming fast on the outside. These two have it to themselves. Aloha Mangos digging deep and finding more. Controlled up alongside. They pass the 16th together. Controlled is wearing her down. Controlled's going to win it. Controlled takes the Bula Boo from Aloha Mangos. Mine for Gold came flying from last to get her.
That's the favorite, Control, taking the California Filly Restricted Stakes, the Bula Boo, Saturday at Santa Anita, and jockey Alex Solis. Control is owned by Edward Hant, interestingly, bred by Michael Hagram. Here you see Control under Alex Solis, coming up on the outside to get the victory. Control now has won 5 of 7 starts with 1/3. We're at Oaklawn Park in Arkansas for the running of the $75,000 Essex Handicap, a mile and a 16th race for thoroughbreds 4 and up.
Then Bobby Barnett had the favorite, Little Bit Lively, in John Franks' colors, number 2.
Here comes Brush with Pride, swooping by on the outside, 3/4, 112 and 4. And here they come into the stretch of the Essex. Brush with Pride on the outside now. Brush is up to take the lead. Scott Scoundrel right there in second, a Little Bit Lively at the rail. They drive for the wire, and it is Brush with Pride leading on the length. Little Bit Lively trying to fight back at the rail. Brush with Pride leads it. Little Bit Lively is second, Treat Me Doc third. It is Brush with Pride. Little Bit Lively coming one more time. Little Bit Lively coming on. Brush with Pride's going to hold him off and win it by a head.
On the outside, the Oklahoma-bred veteran Brush with Pride makes it 4 in a row. Gelding by Broad Brush, holding off the proven Little Bit Lively by a neck. Tim Ducey rode Brush with Pride for trainer Steve Hobby. The 7-year-old is owned by Barbara and John Smickless. Brush with Pride will be pointed next to the Razorback Handicap.
Coming up next, we'll honor the thoroughbreds voted the best of the 20th century. Number 1, the Great Man o' War.
Turn on to the tradition, come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. And all that jazz.
Hi, here in beautiful downtown Miami to find out what people think about new Perk Plus. I'm going to wash your hair right now if you'd like to.
No.
Oh, come on, no.
Yeah. Can you shampoo my hair right here?
Ironically enough, yeah. But this stuff, since they redid it, it's been revolutionarily redesigned and has water-based conditioning. So any excess conditioner washes away. So your hair's going to feel clean.
Feels great. Feels great.
Yeah,
Feels great. It's light. It's so soft. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's Perk Plus with clean conditioning. If we can wash your hair, we can change your mind. Excuse me. Excuse me.
ESPN2 got game. Elton and company are shooting for ACC perfection. Ed Cota and the Heels are gunning for payback. A grand finale on Chapel Hill, Duke, North Carolina, Saturday at 8 on ESPN2.
National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is being brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. And by Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. In our Thoroughbred News recap, the Blood Horse Magazine's next issue, February 27th, will reveal the top 100 thoroughbreds of the 20th century. Selected by a panel of thoroughbred racing officials and journalists, the best of the 1900s, Man o' War, Horse of the Century. Known as Big Red or the Living Flame, Man o' War won 20 of 21 career starts, losing only as a 2-year-old at Saratoga to a horse named Upset. In every one of his races, Man o' War went to the post as the odds-on favorite. This rare footage shows Man o' War #1 in the 1920 match race against 1919 Triple Crown winner Sir Barton. An easy win for Man o' War, who won all 11 of his races at 3, including the Preakness and the Belmont, after not running in the Kentucky Derby. Man o' War, the Horse of the Century. Be sure to get that copy of Blood Horse. We'll see you next week on the Racehorse Digest, remember, on Tuesday.
Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association.
And we celebrate the victory in the Fountain of Youth by Vicker, owned by Jim Taffel, trained by Carl Nasker. They'll have their eyes next on the Florida Derby, and Carl Nasker, who won the Kentucky Derby with his only entry, unbridled in 1990, may be thinking roses as well. Shane Sellers to the winner's circle. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.
Quarter horse racing and our first Arabian race report next on National Car Rental Racehorse Digest.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln, your host for horse racing's only national weekly recap show, ESPN's Racehorse Digest. We begin with Sunday's feature race for 3-year-olds at Santa Anita, the Grade 2 San Rafael Stakes. Now, what made this race really interesting was the undefeated filly Honest Lady going against colts for the first time. Let's meet the field with the closing betting odds presented by Las Vegas. Aristotle at 6, Capsize getting some support at 8-1 with Alex Solis. Desert Hero at 10 with Corey Nakatani. Honest Lady, the 7-5 favorite. The filly against the boys. Kent DeSomo rides. Buck Trout has the services of Eddie Delahoussaye. And rounding out the field, Prime Timber, the second choice from Bob Baffert's barn. Gary Stevens rides his promising 3-year-old. Eagleton and Patrick's Exit, the biggest price on the board. From Santa Anita, here's our feature race. Call from Trevor Denman.
Gates closed. They're all set for the San Rafael. And away they go. Desert Hero bounces out the gate and goes straight to the lead. Honest Lady comes out running, and Buck Trout is right there. Now the long shot, Patrick's Exit from the outside gate. Aristotle down at the rail. There's 4 of them in a line as they fly into this first turn. Racing just in behind them comes Love That Red, and here's Prime Timber, third last, 5 lengths off the leaders. He's been followed then by Capsized, and Eagleton as last. Past the 3/4 pole, and the long shot, Patrick's Exit, sprinting away up here. Couldn't be going any quicker. The filly, Honest Lady, right there in second and cutting into that leader's lead now. Buck Trout is nice and comfortable on the outside in third. And here's Desert Hero traveling smoothly in the 4th spot. He's only 3 lengths off these leaders. Love That Red is racing 5th. Let's see, Prime Timber is getting closer. There goes Prime Timber with an early run now. He's on the extreme outside. He's going right up alongside of the leaders, but he's 5 wide. Aristotle is only 3 behind him, and then back to Capsized and Eagleton. Bunchfield runs past the 3/8 pole, and Honest Lady, the filly's in front. Honest Lady, Buck Trout is right up alongside of her. Love That Red. Prime Timber has to go 4 wide, and Desert Hero now just waiting for somewhere to run. Desert Hero in the green cap at the rail, coming after them gamely, and Capsized moving into contention. Homeward bound, and it's Honest Lady, Prime Timber. On the inside, there's Desert Hero. Can he find room? He has nowhere to go between them. Love That Red's running a huge one, and Capsized joins the fray late. They come for home. Prime Timber at the rail. Honest Lady, Prime Timber. Now here's Desert Hero flying late, and Desert Hero got up.
What a run for Desert Hero. He was the 5th choice in the race at odds of 10-1. But under jockey Corey Nakatani wins the San Rafael, and he earned it, overcoming a lot of adversity. Win just his 2nd career start and his stakes debut. Desert Hero flying on the outside here in the green and white silks, the son of 1993 Kentucky Derby winner Sea Hero, owned by Prince Solomon Thoroughbred Corporation, trained by Wally DeLassy. The Bob Baffert trained Prime Timber a neck back in 2nd, Capsized another head behind. Favorite filly, Honest Lady, 5th, but just beaten the length. After the race, we got these comments, starting with Desert Hero's trainer, Wally DeLassy.
There's nothing like Derby fever, you know. We all get it no matter who we are. This guy is very rateable. Today, he really wanted to run because he came out of there so fast, but he rated nicely for Corey down on the inside, took a lot of dirt, which he hadn't had much of in the past, and just closed like a house of fire, so I was really excited.
Oh, it just pumps you up, you know. You get going for the Triple Crown races, and that's the goal you set for yourself. You know, you want to win a Triple Crown race, and that's where I'm at right now, and hopefully this horse can get us there.
Corey Nakatani, he rode a really good. He was sitting back there in the catbird seat, and he actually was just running over horses that were just stopping in front of him, you know, but which made him look even more impressive. But we got a good race out of him, and like in this game, as long as he comes out of it healthy, that's all, you know, it's just one race. And he's a very good horse, so at least he's going in the right direction. How many times did I tell you 2nd place sucks, okay?
That's right, Bob. National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Walmack, winning the world over. And the American Quarter Horse Association, serving the American quarter horse racing industry and America's horse.
Work piling up. Let's go. That's the perfect time to declare a national holiday. Let's go. National Car Rental is declaring every day a national holiday. Let's go. With our great holiday rates, you can escape to the slopes. Let's go. Or the golf greens. Or the tropical beaches. Let's go. So call National Car Rental now. Let's go. And declare your own national holiday. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Meet the challenge, the MBNA America Challenge. The MBNA Racing Challenge offers your horse more opportunities to race for more money every year. Challenge enrolled horses bring an average of 10% more at auction. Enroll your horse today for the rest of his life. The MBNA America Racing Challenge.
After 1999, there will not be any more sports in this century. So be sure you get the best of it. Call for ESPN the Magazine now. ESPN the Magazine is big, bigger in size, with unbelievable photos, interviews that'll surprise you, and your favorite ESPN personalities in every issue. Subscribe now. Get 26 issues, a year's worth for just $1 an issue. And better yet, you'll get this official ESPN the Magazine polo shirt, absolutely free. So call now.
Turn on to the tradition, come and feel the good times roll. We've been around this track a time or two.
Our 127th season rolls on this week at the fairgrounds. Post time Thursday through Monday is 12:30. Join us as our best season yet continues at the fairgrounds.
The rhythm keeps on racing like it always has. And all that jazz.
As we begin the month of March, let's take a look at the top 5 money-earning thoroughbreds. This could shake up a bit with the $1 Million Big Cap coming up, but event of the year right now is number 1. We begin the first of our 2 thoroughbred race recasts by featuring the 3-year-olds and a big upset winner at Oaklawn in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It was in Saturday's Southwest Stakes, a Grade 3, $75,000 race, 3-year-olds at a mile. 9 horses going to the post for the Southwest.
Here they come into the short stretch of the Southwest, and at the rail is still Cutsa. To his outside, Jim's Mr. T, and it is Jim's Mr. T now who is showing the way. Cutsa still second. Down the middle of the track comes King of Scat in third. There's the 16th to go. Jim's Mr. T and Cutsa battling it out, and King of Scat trying to run him down. They try for the wire. Jim's Mr. T trying for a huge upset. Jim's Mr. T.
A 52-1 shocker at Oaklawn. Jim's Mr. T taking the Southwest Stakes. A crowd of 18,000 stunned as he paid $106 for the win. Jim's Mr. T, a son of the 1992 Kentucky Derby winner, Lil E.T. The colt trained by John Milleron, scoring his first Greatest Stakes victory from jockey Travis Highwater. Head to Aqueduct in New York now. The 6-furlong Best Turn Stakes from this past Saturday, a $60,000 race for 3-year-olds. The favorite, Genie's Rob here, currently second in the Green Silks number 2. Let's go to the Big A.
They're midway around the turn now. Sweep well in front by a half length. Genie's Rob on the outside is second, 2.5 lengths to Robin Goodfellow, then Badge, and now they come into the stretch with a Sweep well holding the lead. Genie's Rob is on the outside. Sweep well remains in front here by a length. Genie's Rob is second, then Robin Goodfellow, Badge, and on the extreme outside, Royal Ruby. Coming down for the 16th pole, Sweepwell trying to go wire to wire, but Badge is kicking in late, and Badge surges to the front. Badge wins the best turn.
Badge, the son of Air Forbes 1, comes running late to take the best turn at the time of 1:10:1. Badge, ridden by jockey Sean Brigmahan, the Eclipse Award-winning apprentice rider this past year with the South Bell Stable. Joseph Aquilinio conditioned the chestnut colt, who is still suffering from an undiagnosed sickness, but dug in for his first stakes win here. Badge reported next to the March 21st Gotham at Aqueduct. Head to South Florida now, Gulfstream Park. Some prominent 3-year-olds with some Derby dreams making their 1999 debuts at Gulfstream Park over the weekend. First, let's show you Lemon Drop Kid, number 2 on the lead here, the winner of Belmont's Grade 1 Futurity last fall. Later went on to finish 5th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Lemon Drop Kid, scoring here by 3.5 lengths, an impressive allowance win to make his 99 debut. Lemon Drop Kid is trained by Hall of Fame conditioner Scotty Schulhofer. Roner, Gene Vance. Jockey John Velasquez was in the irons. In for second, another Derby possible from the Nick Zito and Rick Pitino camp, Crypto Diplomacy. But Lemon Drop Kid stole the show in this allowance race at Gulfstream. He's scheduled next for the Bluegrass at Keeneland, April 10th. Here's another allowance race at Gulfstream to show you, this one from this past Saturday. On the lead is a colt named Stephen Got Even, also from the barn of trainer Nick Zito. Jockey Jerry Bailey was aboard for the mile and a 16th race and got the victory by an easy 2 lengths for owner Steve Hilbert. Stephen Got Even is by former Horse of the Year AP Indy. This was the colt's second straight victory. Stephen Got Even clocked in a time of 1:44 and 2, which, by the way, was faster than Lemon Drop Kid's performance earlier in the day. Lemon Drop Kid's time was 1:44.3. Again, Stephen got even winning this allowance here in 1:44.2 at Gulfstream. Also, last Saturday in South Florida, trainer Elliott Walden sent out the big colt named Menifee in a $34,000 allowance race at Gulfstream. Menifee in the yellow, coming off the rail, now taking the lead, had not raced since last August in Saratoga, and he was undefeated in 2 starts. Menifee under jockey Pat Day, guiding him along the way to a 3 3/4 length victory. Owned by Arthur Hancock and partners, Menifee keeps his record a perfect 3 for 3. The colt by the late stallion Harlan ran the 7 furlongs and one of the meet's fastest times, 1:22.2. An impressive return to the races as Menifee makes his 3-year-old debut. 2 months into the racing season, let's take the look at the early leaders of these are 3-year-old championship points. And quarter horse racing coming up. We'll take you from the starting gate to the winner's circle.
Auto theft is big business. Nationwide, it costs nearly $76 billion a year. I'm Detective Diana O'Brien of the Pittsburgh Police Auto Theft Prevention Unit, asking you to help the police eliminate auto theft in your community. If you witness auto theft or observe suspicious activity, call the Pittsburgh Police Auto Theft Tip Line at 1-800-374-2793. By working together, we can put an end to auto theft.
Here's a reminder about next week's showtimes. Back to our regular schedule, Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern. We start our quarter horse race recap in the land of enchantment. Sunland Park in New Mexico hosted the 1999 version of its West Texas Series last weekend with 2 400-yard time trial divisions for the West Texas maturity. In the first heat, champion of champions veteran Blushin' Bugs made his first start since his game 4th place finish behind world champion SLM Big Daddy last December.
There we go. In the West Texas maturity trials, a quick start for the gray. Best boot better on the outside. He gets away quickly. Blushin' Bugs is right there on the inside. Runaway See the Filly running 3rd on the outside. J.E. Traveler is 4th. Now Blushin' Bugs and Eddie Aceves pull clear to take the lead, and Blushin' Bugs will win this trial handily. Blushin' Bugs in front, a length and a half.
No SLM Big Daddies here as Blushing Bug rolls to victory with the fastest qualifying time. Runaway See held 2nd over Divine Wind, who was still experiencing the difficulties at the break that plagued him throughout last year. The favorite, Blushin' Bugs, is owned by Roy and Dolly Baker, trained by Jose Flores, driven by Eddie Aceves, subbing for AQHA champion jockey Joe Padilla Jr. The second division was more wide open. The outside horse, Secret Cash Runaway, held the favorite's role against the aptly named Red Hot Mag and Hope for a Miracle.
There they go. In the trials of the West Texas maturity, Secret Cash Runaway got away well. So did Red Hot Mag on the inside. Right there is Hope for a Miracle. Hope for a Miracle on the outside. Leaders are like eagles between horses. Red Hot Mag, Secret Cash Runaway on the outside. Hope for a Miracle and Chris Zamora have the lead. Secret Cash Runaway 2nd on the outside, but Hope for a Miracle in front.
Hope for a Miracle did not need one this time, just a solid effort to win handily under jockey Chris Zamora. Red Hot Mag just held 2nd from a fast-charging Secret Cash Runaway. Hope for a Miracle was winless in 1998, but comes through to post the 2nd fastest time. The 4-year-old colt races for owner Jay Standifer, is trained by Bob Knoll. The 10 fastest qualifiers will reunite in the West Texas Maturity Finals March 14th. Here's another peek now at the Mardi Gras trial action from the fairgrounds in New Orleans. One to watch in the finals might be Hollywood Perry, who posted the 2nd fastest time on the trial race February 15th.
On the outside, Hollywood Perry for the lead. Big Bank Hank
On the inside is next. Then comes Chris Cash Jet. Hollywood Perry on the outside. Big Bank Hank. Hollywood Perry easily.
Hollywood Perry cruises by a length and a half over Big Bank Hank, who also made the finals. The winner is the son of 1992 AQHA champion Mr. Jess Perry, who did his best running as a 2-year-old. Hollywood Perry is owned by Danny Mittag and trained by Barry Madden. They'll now try to steal the show in the $88,000 Mardi Gras Futurity Finals, March 4th at the fairgrounds. For more information on the Racing American Quarter Horse, contact the AQHA toll-free 1-800-414-RIDE. Next, our second thoroughbred race recap will put the spotlight on the older horses.
Vacation travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're going to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland. Because as the official car rental company of the Magic Kingdom, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. For a family vacation you'll never forget. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Disneyland's new Tomorrowland with National Car Rental.
In 1997, Walmack Stallions sired more stakes winners than any other farm in North America. It is bloodlines, planning, and persevering that leads to the winner's circles at racetracks the world over. Walmack is home to Nuria, one of the world's leading sires and broodmare sires. Nuriev's sons and daughters are proving his influence will continue for generations. Walmack, winning the world over.
Are you on?
Passing through. That's all I know, really. Ain't bother me.
This one is kind of stakes for no power.
TV Guide has come to television. Introducing the new TV Guide channel, TV Guide Online, and TV Guide Interactive. Change the way you channel.
Leads by about 2, and he will win it.
The real winner is Arabian Racing. As guardian of the Darley Awards, the Hall of Fame, and the Tent of Honor, the Arabian Horse Trust preserves the heritage of the breed for generations of winners to come.
Here are the top 5 money-leading thoroughbred trainers so far in 1999. Bob Baffert on top, Richard Mandela, though, close behind. Well, our second thoroughbred race recap features the older horses running in Florida and California. First in South Florida, the Sunday feature was the Grade 2 Rampart Handicap. Fillies and mares 3 and up going 1 1/16 for $200,000. Making her 4-year-old debut, the champion, Banshee Breeze.
Midway round the far turn, Glitter Woman a neck. Champion filly Banshee Breeze draws on even terms with her with 2 furlongs to go. The battle joined at the top of the stretch. Banshee Breeze on the outside, Glitter Woman at the rail, those two off the turn, and it is Banshee Breeze in front. Banshee Breeze in front, now beginning to edge away from Glitter Woman. 5 lengths back to Timely Broad, and they're coming down to the finish. And a successful return to the races for Banshee Breeze as she bounds under the line. A much the best winner in the Rampart Handicap.
An impressive return for the champion, Banshee Breeze, the newly crowned champion 3-year-old filly, makes her 99 debut, winning 1. Now a 4-year-old, this daughter of Unbridled, the 1990 Kentucky Derby winner, and not raced since finishing second by a nose to Ascena in last year's Breeders' Cup Distaff. Carl Nasker trains the filly for owner Jim Taffel. Banshee Breeze set to run next in the Grade 1 Apple Blossom in Oaklawn Racing Festival of the South. Saturday's feature, the $350,000 Gulfstream Park Handicap Thoroughbred 3 and up, 8 to the post here with his Grade 1 race at 1 1/4. Trainer Jim Bonds Barron's the 7-5 pick. He's taking the lead now, number 6.
Henderson's in a drive on the far outside, and Henderson is coming on. Archer's Bay just in behind them, running in 5th. Smuggler Prize is 6th, and the field turns for home. It is Barron's with a narrow lead as they hit the top of the stretch. True Luck is giving way toward the inside. Cerber on the outside. Archer's Bay and Henderson. Final furlong. Barron's the leader. Barron's in front. Barron's there by 2. Archer's Bay, heavy drive second. Sir Bear is now third, and they're coming down to the finish, and it's going to be Barron's.
The 5-year-old Barron's scores in the Gulfstream Park Handicap. You might remember Barron's. He's the one that lost the Travers Stakes by a nose in 1997. This gives him his first Grade 1 career victory. Barron's, a $225,000 Keeneland purchase, is owned by William Clifton Jr. in the Rutland Stable, ridden here by jockey George Chavez. Jockey Jerry Bailey's winning streak of 4 Gulfstream Park handicaps came to an end as he finished third on Sir Bear. To the West Coast now, Santa Anita for Saturday's stake, the $150,000 Buena Vista Handicap Fillies and Mares 4 and up. Grade 2 race worth $150,000 on the turf at a mile distance. That's the heavy favorite Tuzla, drawing away to score by 2.5 lengths in front of Supercilious. Tuzla is trained by Julio Canani. Loner David Milch. Corey Nakatani was in the irons. Tuzla won 6 of her last 9 races, and she picks up her second straight win here in the Buena Vista. Her career earnings now go over the $500,000 mark. Tuzla winning the Buena Vista at Santa Anita. It's great to welcome back our Arabian Racing Report, the once a month on National Car Rental Racehorse Digest. We'll take you back now to February for 2 divisions of the Arabian Racing Cup held at Tampa Bay Downs in Florida. We'll begin with males 3 and up going 6 furlongs. Tigress Light was the favorite. But watch here for Genuine Monarch as we return with the Arabians.
They approach the quarter mile for Mr. Full Service. Finds an opening toward the rail and now driving to the lead. Cheeky Diablo up on the outside is their second. Rooster from between horses now third. Smoke and Kisses racing along fourth as they turn into the stretch. Mr. Full Service. He's in the clear and strictly the one to catch. Smoke and Kisses drives back toward the rail now to challenge second. From between horses, Genuine Monarch. He's absolutely flying down to the wire. Mr. Full Service. Genuine Monarch at 8-1. He'll beat the favorite. It's Genuine Monarch and Tommy Zamora to win it 3/4 of a length.
Genuine Monarch takes the Arabian Racing Cup at Tampa Bay Downs, the 4th win in 7 starts for this Virginia-bred colt. He's now bankroll more than $66,500 for prominent Arabian owners Alan Kirshner and wife Deb Mahaloff. The winning jockey, Tommy Zamora, winning trainer, Lynn Ashby. Genuine Monarch winning at Tampa Bay Downs. Now let's go to the Arabian Fillies and Mares 3 and up, running in their half of the Arabian Racing Cup at Tampa Bay Downs. The race favorite here is Royal Athena, currently number 3, coming to your picture on the outside in the red silks.
Dixie Darlene is now driving to the lead by a length and a half. Royal Athena moves up second. Full of Finesse is back to third. Basta Wiartra is fourth. Monarch's Princess from the outside fifth. They turn for home 3/16 of a mile. Dixie Darlene and William Henry have the lead. From the outside, Royal Athena. Zamora sets her down for the drive inside the final furlong. Dixie Darlene feels the whip and she's still there. On the outside, Royal Athena. These two will battle it out down to the wire. Royal Athena going the better of the two and now gets the lead to win it by a length.
That's the 5th win in a row for the 4-year-old daughter of Monarch A.H., Royal Athena. Also 6th win in 9 starts and 4th straight stakes victory. Earnings now over $110,000. Tommy Zamora again was the winning rider. The winning trainer again, Lynn Ashby, as they dominate the Arabian Racing Cup at Tampa Bay Downs. To the winner's circle once again, Royal Athena. The National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame in Saratoga Springs, New York, announces its nominees for the class of 1999.
When you come to this year's Triple Crown races, you're bound to hear the same word repeated again and again. Yes. Everywhere from the heights of the clubhouse, right on down to the rail. Yes. No. No? Unless you try to buy your ticket with American Express. Visa, official card of the Visa Triple Crown Challenge. It's everywhere you want to be.
Get the inside track on American quarter horse racing with the Quarter Racing Journal, the #1 magazine in the quarter horse racing industry. Every issue is packed with hard-hitting, in-depth features on quarter horse racing's winners and players on track and off. The most complete race coverage in the industry from coast to coast. Each month, the Quarter Racing Journal highlights the latest in news, training, and health. For only $25, receive 12 months of the Quarter Racing Journal. Call today, 1-800-291-7323.
You know what? I'm not afraid to step in the crease. Ooh, I'm in the crease. Oh, I'm not anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in the crease? Ooh, don't go in the crease. Ooh. See, I'm in the crease. Nothing happened.
National Car Rental Racehorse Digest is being brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By the Arabian Jockey Club, setting the standard for Arabian racing. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Well, the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame in Saratoga Springs, New York, has announced its list of nominees for 1999. The most interesting category this year, the trainers, as 3 highly successful California-based conditioners were nominated in their first year of eligibility. Neil Drysdale, D. Wayne Lucas, and Richard Mandela. The jockey finalists are Russell Bays, Early Fires, and Jack Westrup, who rode in the 1930s. In the contemporary horse male category, the finalists, APND, Exceller, and the sprinter, Precisionist. The contemporary female horse finalists include Canada's Dance Smartly, Miesk, and Kentucky Derby winning filly Winning Colors. There are also 3 finalists in the horse of yesteryear category, Bald Eagle, Bowl of Flowers, and Gunbow. Well, the sport has been waiting a long time for D. Wayne Lucas to be on that Hall of Fame ballot. A multiple champion quarter horse trainer, Lucas was first credited in the racing manual for training thoroughbreds in 1974. In the 25 years of training needed for eligibility to the Hall of Fame, Lucas has set just about all the standards. In 1990, he became the first thoroughbred trainer to reach $100 million in earnings. He's now rapidly closing in on $200 million. D. Wayne Lucas won a record 13 Breeders' Cup races, 10 Triple Crown races, including 6 straight. 3 times winner of the Kentucky Derby, including here in 1996 with Grindstone. Lucas has led the national earnings list for trainers in 14 of the last 16 years. And consider this, over the last 2 decades, 7% of all graded stakes run in North America have been won by D. Wayne Lucas and his team. And D. Wayne may be looking to bring back one of his top assistants in Randy Bradshaw. Bradshaw has been training on his own since 1992, but before that, he spent almost 8 years in the Lucas organization. The 47-year-old Bradshaw, who has more than 40 horses in training himself, would be Lucas's lead trainer in California. Randy said he's thinking about the offer, should make his decision in about a week to 10 days. NTRA 2-Day at the Races returns this Sunday on ESPN2 at 5 p.m. Eastern, featuring the return of last year's Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. There he is, the fish, Real Quiet. He'll be in the New Orleans Handicap at the Fairgrounds Racetrack. It'll be Real Quiet's first start since losing last June's Belmont and the Triple Crown by a nose. Also featured a replay of Saturday's $1 Million Santa Anita Handicap with Silver Charm, Freehouse, Porter Madero, and an event of the year, all expected there. Hope you'll join us for our NTRA 2-Day at the Races. Again, that's Sunday, 5 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. See you back next Wednesday on the Digest at 1 o'clock. So long, everyone.
Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association.
And as we leave you, we salute this past week's upset winner of the San Rafael Stakes at Santa Anita. Desert Hero, ridden by Corey Nakatani for trainer Wally DeLossi. Desert Hero, owned by Prince Solomon's Thoroughbred Corporation. He'll head next to the Santa Anita Derby. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.